Welcome to the Nutty Nitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Nitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Nitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttynitty-sisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello. Welcome back. We're back. If you stuck it out for Rhinebeck Recap 2019 Part 1, God bless you. We're back for Rhinebeck Recap Part 2. So this is actually the New York Sheep and Wool Festival portion of our Rhinebeck Recap. We went a little crazy. It was a little nuts.
Yeah.
This is our first Rhinebeck, and we made all the mistakes.
It was so overwhelming the first day.
It was so stinking crazy.
Yeah.
So we got up fairly. Oh no, we didn't. We left a little late on Saturday, didn't we?
Yes.
We didn't.
We didn't want to stand in line for the massive I gotta be here first line.
Yeah. And the traffic. We heard the traffic was insane, like an hour and a half. I think one
Yes.
podcaster said.
Yeah.
We knew that it was going to be crazy in the first thing in the morning, and we're both like, crowds make me crazy. No, they don't make me crazy. They make me want to pee.
Maybe I have palpitations.
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous. So we went a little later, but we did get there a little after the the Ravelry meetup had started.
Yeah.
So we kind of came in and we're just like looking over all the things, and we see the hill and the people on the hill. It was insane. And I really, 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 really wanted to meet Andrea Mowry. And the only way I was going to do that is if I got in there with all those people, and I was terrified.
But we didn't even know it was the hill at first. I mean, I was looking for
A hill. Yeah.
and this is literally just
a
a
slope.
slope.
Yeah.
So until I saw a few people, I went,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's the hill."
Yeah. I think we kind of walked past everybody and all the people, and Julie kept saying, you gotta go, and I'm like, oh, I can't, oh my god, I can't. So we kind of walked past it a little bit down. It was a little less busy, less people, and the first person we saw that we were a little fangirly over was Mina from the Knitting Expat. So I started watching Mina's. I'm the kind of podcast watcher that I might see a podcast, but I'm going to go into your channel and I'm going to go to the beginning. Like, I want to see from the beginning all the way through. So I kind of started watching Mina from the very beginning. And I don't think I've even gotten to her present day ones. I've watched a few more recent ones, but still working through some of the earlier episodes. But we saw her and we're like, oh my god, it's Mina. So she was kind of away from the crowd, and so we snagged her. And so I will insert a picture here of us with her. So that was really, really fun. It was nice to meet her. Her accent is just like it is on the podcast, of course. But for some reason, I thought it would be different.
She's very, very nice.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. She was. I think she was kind of between people and kind of busy, so she kind of ran away. She goes, "I'll be right back," and then she came. She did. She came right back. Yeah. So that was really cool. And then the next person we saw Gigi.
I think we spotted Gigi.
Yeah.
And we saw Andrea about the same time.
Yeah. Yes. They were kind of in the same vicinity as each other. And so we did manage to grab Gigi and get a picture with her. She is, oh my, I honestly had not I've been following her on Instagram for a long time, but I have not seen many of her YouTube videos until after Rhinebeck, and I subscribed to her YouTube, and now I'm watching some of those. Super nice lady.
Oh my gosh. And everybody says her hugs are the best. I can attest.
Yep. They are absolutely.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
It's a genuine hug.
Yes.
Oh, she's just amazing.
Yep. So we got our picture with her. I'll insert that here. And then we got a cute little picture of Gigi and Andrea hugging each other, which was adorable. And I'll put that here. But yeah, that was the cutest little moment. The two of them just squeezing each other. And then while we were kind of trying to, Andrea was swamped. She had so many people obviously wanting to meet her because she is so sweet and amazing, and on my top of designers. So while we were waiting to meet Andrea, we met Kristen, who on Instagram is knit. Oh shoot!
We'll have to insert it.
I'll have to insert knit one. I think it's 143 or something like that.
Knit 413.
413, yes. Knit 413. Kristen, super sweet girl. You know, you meet the best knit friends at events like this, and she was super nice and super sweet, and we had so much in common. We were all kind of overwhelmed with all the people, and we wanted to see Andrea, but we kind of didn't want to interject ourselves. So she was really, really nice. So we instantly all got on our phones and started following each other. So Kristen, if you're watching, hello. And then we finally got to meet Andrea, and that was incredible. It was she's so sweet, so nice, so funny. I was wearing my Weekender knit in Noro tenon, and she asked me what it was knit in. She goes, "Oh, it looks homespun or hand spun." And I'm like, I could totally say it was. She goes, "You should." It was so cute, so funny. So we did get a picture with her, which was awesome, and I'll put that here. And then, what else, Julie? You talk about the hill.
Oh my goodness. We did see Karen from Do You Knits from afar.
Yes.
But we didn't get over to her in time.
We just couldn't get to her. And later, was it that night? I think it was that night. Yeah, it was that night. She was live, and we were chatting, and we said that we tried to get over to see you, and she's like, "Why didn't you come over? I'm nice, and we know you're nice.
Yes.
We would have loved to meet up with you, but we just kept missing, and we're a little shy. So next time, Karen, you get in touch, and we'll schedule a meetup. Maybe get a beer or something. I don't know."
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of people there that I recognized, but I'm one of those that doesn't. If you're involved, talking, chatting, doing something with someone, I don't want to interfere.
Yep.
So I know I saw Espace Tricot. I saw the ladies there, and they were pretty tied up, so I didn't want to go over and interrupt them.
I felt funny, like trying to get to Andrea, but I was not happening. I was not leaving without it.
And so this year was definitely a learning experience for me. I need to just go. Yep. You know, everyone is there to see them. Everyone else is trying to take their turn, but if I want to see them, I'm going to need to get up there to get my turn as well. Yep. So I will be more in your faces next year.
Look out, here comes Julie.
I will, that's way out of my comfort zone. But we saw so many great sweaters too. They had a Soldatna meetup. There were a lot of people in the Soldatna picture.
And the stone crop tee with Andrea.
Yeah.
Or stone, no, it's not, it's just stone crop.
Stone crop tea, yeah. What else? Did they have a throwback meetup? I was thinking they had a throwback meetup. Or just saw a lot of the throwback sweaters.
Yeah, a lot of throwbacks.
Yeah. The Obsessive Knitter. The obsessive
Yes.
knitter. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
We didn't know who she was when we saw her
weren't
because
sure.
we're newbies.
Yeah.
We don't know all the people.
Yeah. So if you look at Gigi's, or was it Christy Glass? It was Gigi, wasn't
It
it?
was Gigi. Yeah, Gigi's story. She has a story saved for
Yeah.
Rhinebeck 2019.
And she has
It's
a
in there.
feature frame there of this obsessive knitter. Gorgeous purple, like a royal purple, whole body suit. And she looked amazing in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I think Christy did have her on her YouTube, for the Rhinebeck sweater.
Oh, tell me about your
Tell me
sweater.
about your sweater
Yeah.
thing. I think she did have her on there because I think she actually mentioned how many stitches it was.
Oh, that was, yeah, I know. That was the aqua suit. The aqua vintage suit. And that was over
that's right.
100,000
That's right.
stitches.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, I'm mixing my metaphors here.
Yes, but the obsessive knitter, and I mean, she just did a fabulous job. That every bit of that was fitted to her.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looked amazing.
She looked stunning.
Yeah.
We walked up to her and we're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
that's
I mean, it caught me
gorgeous.
from across all the people.
I didn't put the two together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the person she was standing with, we'll have to insert it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
cannot
remember her
now.
name.
But her sweater also caught me. It was beautiful, and it was her own design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crocheted.
Crocheted. Yeah.
And it had beautiful, like, what was it? Turquoise?
She called them lightning bolts.
Lightning
yeah, it was
bolts,
like
yeah.
It was like a turquoise.
all down the yoke of it, and
It was like a
just
gray
beautiful.
variegated yoke, and
Yep.
then a darker bottom, and then these beautiful like
Turquoise.
aqua turquoise lightning bolt
Yeah.
things.
It was so
Gorgeous.
pretty. So yeah, they really stood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what else on the hill, and just lots of people, and everyone was so friendly. You
Yep.
smiled at somebody. If you don't know them, they smiled back.
Yep.
There were hugs all over the place. It was just.
Yeah.
I'm
it was
glad
really
that we
cool.
didn't get too freaked out to stop. I'm glad
Yeah.
that we did go
And
out.
I did walk right behind Amber and Corey again, and Julie said, "Say hi, say hi." I'm like, "No, she's gonna think I'm crazy. She'll think I'm stalking her. I don't want to freak her out."
Too
So, Amber, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you on the hill, but I thought you'd had enough Nana. But yeah, that was pretty much Saturday. It was meet, eat, and donut.
Yeah,
we pretty
we
much
stood in
met all
line.
the people.
Almost an hour and a half we stood in line for a donut, but it was
Yep.
so worth it. Absolutely. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
do it.
Yep, we closed the fair down.
Getting our donut.
Getting our donut. Yeah, they said the fair closed at 5. They had to stop serving at 5:30. I was gonna get 2 dozen donuts because I was gonna put them in the fridge at the B&B and bring some home, but I thought the people behind me might revolt because it's such a slow process. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! So yeah,
Yeah.
I only got a half dozen.
Yep.
And my hot apple cider.
Mm-hmm.
But for lunch, we stopped at the falafel stand, and we had a Mediterranean
Platter.
salad platter.
Yep.
And it had,
Had falafels.
which were really good.
Dolomades, I think.
Dolomades? Is that the thing in the grape leaves?
I'm
That
probably
was
not
really good.
pronouncing it correctly.
What was the thing with the the little pasta pearls?
Tabbouleh.
Tabbouleh was really good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
What else did we have? We had a little green salad, garden salad on
Mm-hmm.
it. It had
Kalamata olives. Hello.
yes, calamari olives. What was with the feta? Remember it had
Oh, I don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember either.
There's
but
something with the
it's
feta. Yeah,
delicious.
the feta. You can't go wrong with feta.
Yeah.
Right?
all of it was
Yeah.
very,
It was,
very
I think,
good.
and that was probably the healthiest thing we ate all,
Yes.
all weekend.
aside from breakfast. Sandy was very
Yes,
good to us.
Santa
and
was good with the
got
yogurt.
us a good
and-
breakfast.
Yep. Yep. But that was I think outside of the B&B, that was the healthiest thing we ate all weekend.
Yeah, we did eat a good lunch on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday we had what, the
Burrito rice
burrito
bowl.
rice bowl. Yeah.
That was very good too.
Yeah.
We
So
did not get to any animals on Saturday.
No, I didn't get to pet anything.
without knowing the layout, I mean, you can look at the map and, see where things are, but to not see it from above like that map is laid out, looking forward and trying to figure out where is that?
Apparently there's a food building.
What?
Apparently there's a food building.
No,
I
missed the food building
know.
entirely.
Two big girls, we missed the food building. Highly motivated by food, but we couldn't find it.
Newbies.
Yeah, Kathy and Frank said something about they have free, samples, taste testing samples.
Oh, they had the wine tasting area.
There was food in there.
Oh, we so missed it. We're such newbies. But now we know how everything is laid out.
Now we get to go again when we know how to do it.
And I think we figured that, because really Saturday really was, it was, the hill was the best part of Saturday for us. And I think, for me anyway, the next time I would go, I would just count Saturday as being the hill.
Socialization
the people,
day. Yeah.
Maybe try to get to the animals and that kind of thing. Just do all those things on Saturday. Then Sunday, hunker down, do the shopping.
The only risk there is with that is
you might miss out.
You might miss out on a few things that were sold out or something, but
that's where I have my priority list.
Yes, yeah. If there's something that you absolutely have to get to and have to do, you get there right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you do like you do, reserve it.
Yes.
You buy it beforehand.
Oh my goodness! One thing for sure, if you're going to get the tote bags or any of the souvenirs, do it pre-order.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Because I waited in line for the donuts, and you went and got.
I went and picked up our pre-orders, but there were people that were saying it was an hour plus in the line for the souvenirs.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Pre-order is the way to go.
Yeah. So this is what we got for our pre-ordered souvenirs. We got the Rhinebeck bus pin.
Yep.
And then we got the
project bags. Tote bags were sold out when I tried to pre-order, so we got the project bags.
Little project bags.
And
They're nice. The drawstring.
Yes.
She's all about the draw. And that drawstring almost feels elasticy. It's got some good give. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little bag.
It is. I like it.
So, take a buddy. One wait for the donuts, and one go pick up. Pre-order.
Yes.
It was definitely
well
worth it. So that was pretty much Saturday. We got the pre-order done. We got our donut, and I'll put a video here, a hilarious video.
Oh my goodness!
I hate. Hate's a strong word. I do not care for the video. And I in no way, shape, or form meant it as any sort of nanny boo boo moment. I was excited to get the donut. So,
but it does kind of sound like a nanny boo boo.
It totally does. And I feel terrible. It's like, I got my donut. It's awful. Posted on Instagram, immediately regretted it. But once it's out there, right? So I didn't take it down, and I felt really bad. So anybody in line behind me, I was not being a boob. We got our donuts! Yeah! All right, now that that's over, on to Sunday. So Sunday was, that we really kind of had a plan then. We went back Saturday night, exhausted again.
Oh, and we had a better plan Sunday. Why?
Oh, yes. Remember the first podcast, our pregame podcast, Miss Julie talked about her alphabetized, color-coded, by building, by vendor list? She left it.
Guess what didn't go with us Saturday?
She didn't leave it home. Not like me. I left our tickets at home. That happened.
Thank goodness they took e-tickets on your phone.
So I messaged her or airdropped her ticket, and I had mine on her phone. Thank God they took it, because otherwise we're gonna have to find a Kinko's or something, because they were on the bulletin board right outside my room here. Yeah. But
So we didn't take my organizational prioritized plan on Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe part of why Saturday fell all apart. Sunday, I remembered it. So we were able to figure out, okay, these were the things we
have to go
really
here.
wanted to get to. And here's the things that if we still have time, we'd like to.
But then we got in the buildings
and we
just shopped all the things. We just hit every booth. And
but we did pretty good on hitting the must-dos.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. There was a few things I would have liked to see that we just didn't. Either
And
we didn't get around to or we couldn't find.
And by all rights, we would have had a lot more time to scope out and walk around Sunday. But we got rained out big time.
Yeah, it started raining like 2:30.
2:30.
And so we called it because we were tired. Our dogs were tired. Our feet, our legs. Well, yeah, we were just, and it was rainy, and we just were like, okay, let's go back. We did get a good parking space.
Yes, we did.
The second day. So
Yes,
we were
we
able to
did.
get right out in the car and get. But it's too bad it rained because I would have liked to go pet some animals.
Yeah.
The only animals we did see was the goldfish pond, which is really, really cool. I got some pictures of that I'll put in. Love the goldfish pond. Showed them to my grandson today, and he was like, "Oh, that's really nice, Nana." Yes, honey, it is. So yeah, Sunday is where the haul happens. So that's why we broke this up into a second parter, because this is where it gets real.
This is where we busted the budgets.
Yeah, I may have come home with 2 sweater quantities of yarn. Maybe. So I think the first place we stopped was Clara, right? Clara Parks.
Was that the first place?
I think so,
I think so.
because it was getting on in time, and
Yes, because I intended to get to her talk,
yeah,
and we missed the talk.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we went right to the bookstore to make sure
yeah.
we would get there.
So we did get to see Miss Clara Parks, a Maine girl too. So I was looking at this on Amazon, and I decided just to go ahead and purchase it there and have her sign it. I've been listening to Knitlandia on Audible. Actually, I finished it. Finished it yesterday at work. And she narrates that one too, which is kind of cool. So I did get her signature, and she put a little pun in, says the writing is on the wool. She's super funny.
Yeah, mine.
So
That's mine.
Julie got hers
I
too.
did. I got mine. I got it signed, and I got "We Are the Wool."
We are the wool. Super funny. Very sweet. We didn't get our picture taken with her. What were we thinking?
Newbies. We're gonna play the newbie card.
Yep. She did have a cute little pin too, so we got a nice little pin from her as well. So that was super fun. It was nice meeting a local girl that has made it big in the knitting community, so it was really, really neat to meet her. She's hilarious.
She is.
And then as we were leaving, there was a Coco Knits. There's a Coco Knits booth, and I do really love Coco Knits products. There's a sweater kit that actually that's where I got
Amber
the idea
told
was
ya.
from Amber. Yeah. It has like leather and needles, and so you can bind off your sweater, or hold your sleeves, hold stitches. Yeah. So we stopped by, just kind of browsing by their booth, and they had some other stuff out. They had these, which were kind of neat. It's an eco-friendly Swedish dishcloth. So there's the information on it. 3 blue birds, and I got 2. I just wanted to kind of try them out. I've never heard of it. Wanted to see how it works. And I have one in my kitchen. The other one has light bulbs all over it, and I think it says "Let your light shine" or something like that. So the other one's in the kitchen. I'm using it. So far, I've used it a couple of times. It says it can go in the dishwasher, in the washing machine, just air dry it. 100% biodegradable and compostable. So I've just been using it to wipe down my counters and stuff, and I'll let you know how I like it. So far, so good. I've used it a couple of times, and I just hang it over where my paper towels used to live on a paper towel holder. I kind of fold it over that and let it dry, and so far it's working all right. So that was the first thing we did, right? And then who was the girl with the vintage dress there? Neutrino?
Yes, I don't remember their names, but I think she's on Christy Glass's.
Yeah.
Tell me about your Rhinebeck sweater. Yeah. Beautiful aqua, light aqua greenish colored vintage dress, or I think it's a top and skirt set.
Yes.
I think is what it is. Over 100,000 stitches.
Crazy.
In that.
And she had a beautiful, like, she had her hair done up.
She looked like the 40s.
Yeah, it was so cool.
40s.
So we stopped in, where were we? We were standing in line for something.
Yeah, our Mediterranean platter.
Oh, maybe that was it, yeah. So we did get a button from her. Whoops, sorry, Julie. I keep wanting to put that over your face. So we did get a button from her, and she talked about an app that they're developing. I didn't really get it.
It's formatted to be customized for a mobile phone screen.
Yeah, like for your PDFs and stuff for your patterns. So I've got to go check it out. I do want to learn more about it. It does sound neat. I don't use my phone for a lot of my patterns. I usually print them, but there are occasions where I'll forget the pattern, or you know, I'm at work. I belong to a group where we knit charity knits, and maybe I want to look up a pattern, and so look it up on my phone, and I download it, and it's not very, a PDF is not very, you have to zoom in and zoom out and all the things. So I do want to look a little bit more into it, so maybe we'll talk about it more on another podcast. We met her.
Yeah.
So I think this is her too, but Whimsink, she actually on Instagram, she's Vegetarian Viking. We were just kind of, Rhinebeck's the only place where you can be walking down the sidewalk or whatever, and somebody comes near you and you're like, can I pet you? That's literally what I said to her. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Can I pet you? She had this beautiful cowl on, and it had like all the curly pieces, the curly locks of the sheep. So it was really, really stunning. And we did ask her to take a picture, and she let us take a picture. So we'll insert that here. But it's something that she makes herself. And so we definitely want to check her out and look at some more of her. It's just neat to use all of the pieces of the wool from the sheep. So
and sometimes when you're using the locks and like trying to spin them into a yarn, you lose a lot of the definition of the locks. So it was, I mean, this was a big collar. You'll see in the picture there, and all of your locks are you know, all in their perfect little structure.
Yeah. And so she had someone with her that had a smaller like little collar. It wasn't quite as big, and that was stunning too. So definitely she does some great work. My hair is a hot mess.
I think it was a felted wool backing.
Yeah.
That then she had put the locks on.
Yeah, it looked like a felt, because I kind of peeked underneath. It looked like
it was felted wool. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was really fun and neat, and just exciting, neat, different way to use wool in garments. So next we went here. I think you were the only one that purchased from there, right?
Oh, yes. Heard so much about Dirty Water Dye Works, and I had to. There were a lot of things. I actually took
Are they in Maine too? Aren't they a Maine company? I could be wrong.
You know, I think you're right.
I think they are.
I think they are.
I might be wrong. I'll find out.
But I think you're right. No. Well, it was dyed in Boston. My screen says.
They're a New England company then.
Yeah. But I almost think that the wool
is the main thing.
I almost think so.
We'll find out.
Either
if we're
that
lying, I'll put down here. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
But it's one of those where I think it, you know, the yarn is made and then it's dyed and then it comes back somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ones do that, but yeah, they had so many gorgeous yarns. It was really difficult to choose from, but I was being conservative on Sunday. I did take a picture, and maybe we'll put that in of a sample that they had. The shawl, and that's what kind of gave me the inspiration. I think that one was a sport weight, if I remember right.
Okay.
But this is Lillian Sprinkles, and I just loved the gray with all those little pops of color. It is superwash merino, 3.5 ounces and 400 yards. So I just thought that one was so pretty.
And like that.
Yeah, the shawl, I think, is what inspired me to say, ooh.
It reminds me a little bit of the yarn that I used to make the Ziggy shawl.
Yes.
But this has more color in it than mine did. So this is the one I used. It's a Wonderland yarn.
Oh yeah, this has more splotches where yours has speckles.
This is more of a speckle yarn, and that has more
actual splotches.
Yeah. I do like that. I like the color. A little bit more color. This is pretty, but I do like the more color. And I think this was a 2-ply, so it ought to really make stitches stand out good too. Nice squishy yarn. Yep. What else did I get? Oh yes, Sugar and Spice. Do you have your little Katrinkles? Yes. Yes. I didn't get a Katrinkles card. She was almost out of cards, so I didn't take any. But I got these stitch markers, which has her website, so I'll show them to you. This one says Rhinebeck 2019. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 little sheepy stitch markers. Each one a different breed. Yep. Yeah. I think it says the breed underneath too. Yep. Shetland. I can't read. I need my 10 times magnifiers to read those. So yeah, so I got those, and then where's yours, Julie? It's down the bottom of our bag. We each got one of these. Yes, we did. Because we have to have it on our Rhinebeck sweater, right? Yep. I don't know if you can see it. Oh God, that awful nail. Anyhoozle, it's like a wooden, completely washable. So I'm going to sew that into my weekender that I wore for my Rhinebeck sweater. Speaking of Rhinebeck sweaters, Julie, where's your Rhinebeck sweater? My Rhinebeck sweater is on. She finished it. I did finish it. But, full disclosure, it was finishing drying on the way down in the back of her Prius. Yeah, it was on the blocking mats, and it bit me. Oh, yeah. It was like folding down, and we kept calling it Ho-He. Yeah. Ho-He, what are you doing? Ho-He's falling. Ho-He bit me. But yeah, it dried in the back. It did. And I'm really happy with it. I don't know if it'll show if I stand up. Yeah, it turned out just the length that I want. It's not huge ease, but it's enough that it's very comfortable. Yeah. The neckline is perfect too. Yeah. It's not too crewy, but it's not a huge bow either. Yep. And the sleeves, I like sleeves that are not full length because I'm just always pushing them up anyway. But I did add an extra stripe of color to the bottom to get the length that I would like. So then I added an extra stripe of color on the arms as well. It's really, really pretty. I love it. So we did both get our sweaters done. Next year I'm going to shoot for 2. I want to have one for Saturday and one for Sunday. That would be a nice and I think I know what sweaters I'm going to make. Really? Because I got 2 sweaters quantity at Rhinebeck this year. But you don't know what's going to come out for patterns this year. I know.
There could be some squirrel
3.
moments.
I might have to do. I might have to do the 2 from the yarn that I got, and then do
Whatever
one at
squirrel
the last
comes
minute.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that happens
It will happen.
all the time. So that was Katrinkle. She was at the Dirty Water Dye Works booth.
Yep.
And then from there we went.
Where did we go from there? As you can tell, we didn't take notes.
No, we didn't.
Newbie failure again.
Yeah, we didn't take notes at all.
I think we went down. Is that where I started picking up the fiber?
Oh,
Start going to those.
yes. Oh no, we went to Into the Whirl after Dirty
Yes,
Water
we
because
did.
Into the Whirl was right next door to them.
Yes, that's right.
So we went to Into the Whirl, and their hand-painted yarn, classic spinning fiber, Lux Spinning Fiber Club subscriptions, yada yada. So beautiful, amazing, nice yarn, and the people were so nice,
so nice,
so
and
helpful, and enabling.
Yes, very
They were
much
very
so.
enabling.
And they were selling out.
Yes, they were selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
They had like a discount wall, but it was gone
It
by the
was
time we
wiped
got there.
out.
Absolutely gone.
That was fiber, right? I think that was $15.
I think she
fiber
did say it
bags.
was fiber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get anything there?
I don't think you did.
I could have sworn I did. No, I guess I didn't.
I don't think you did.
No, I don't. No, I didn't.
I
I
did.
wanted to. I wanted to.
I got a couple things.
Oh, that's right. I totally like.
You were just enabling
I was
me.
enabling hard.
Yeah. Yeah. This color just called to me big time. I just couldn't get away from it. Every time I kept looking, I kept saying, nope, I want that color. I want that color to go with something. So this is Into the World. It's their 4-ply superwash merino, semi-solid Dresden DK, 100 grams, 230 yards, and this color is O negative.
It's so pretty.
It's
I did get something.
just such
there.
a. Oh, you did?
Yep.
Cool. So it's a gorgeous.
I love it.
It's not really burgundy,
Yeah, but it's not really red.
and it's not really rust.
It's redder.
Again, it's kind of like that brick red, but it's deep.
Yeah.
It's a deep dark color.
So pretty.
And I really, I'm really stuck on the shift along hat.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna have a shift along for every day of the year.
So then I got thinking, well, this is a gorgeous color that I know I would wear. The one that I got at Knitwits, I think may be a gift hat because I could think of someone that color would be great for them.
Yeah.
Although I still like them both. But so I decided, okay, well, if this is my one color, then the little blips I'm going to want to be a real contrast for this. So I found same base yardage and all that good stuff. This one is Handbags at Dawn. And I love it. I love it. It doesn't really have that same red. In some places it looks like it might, but that's actually a brown. It's a really deep brown.
This can look so good knit up.
Yeah, and it's more speckly than splotchy. It is a little splotchy in some places, but I think it's more speckly than anything. I think it's just going to be so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So this will probably be my shift along hat.
Now, are you going to do, like we talked about, there's probably enough yardage in there to do
A reverse?
a reverse? Yeah.
I might. If I have enough, I just might.
Yeah. That's what I think I'm going to do with mine.
Yep.
So this was mine. I did get some at Into the World. Oh, jeez. It's actually really late here, and I'm starting to get a little punchy. So I think this was the one that caught my eye, was the speckly. It's like a lavender lilac with these green blips. It's just so pretty. And again, the yarn is so soft and so smushy. And sheepy. It's amazing. You have to smell the yarn is a thing. So I got this, and I wanted to do the same. I wanted to do another shift along, and so I wanted something that was in the same color family, but kind of a high contrast. So I got this, and
Wow,
it's
is that gonna
so pretty. It is really going to look stunning, and I am going to try to do this with this as the blips, and then this with this as the blips. I am going to try to do the reverse, and hopefully I'll have enough yarn to do that. But yeah, so I did get something from Into the Whirl. I knew I did. So that's my Into the Whirl moment. And they were, again, so helpful.
Yeah.
With picking out the colors to go with it and whatnot.
Yep.
What next? Then you got into some fiber. You got bit by the fiber bug.
Oh, I did. Like, I really need more. But I couldn't resist. One of the places that it was on my must-dos was to get to Fox Hill Farm and get some Cormo.
Yep.
So I did get a bag of, a sampler bag. And this is 4 ounces, so about an ounce of each color. 100% Cormo. So that is their tag. And the sampler has, actually, is it 4 or is it 5? It's actually, yeah, I guess it is 4. Oh yeah, you can really see the colors good. So this,
I love this one.
yeah, there's this natural, there's kind of a
Caramel.
yeah, it's leaning a little bit more towards the warm brown. And then this is kind of a gray with a little brown. And then this is a nice, deep, dark brown. So I think that is just going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really nice too, talking a lot
gosh,
about
yeah.
like how Cormo sheep kind of came to be and some of the history and whatnot, how the preserving the breed. And yeah, it like everybody that you know, if you started talking to him, making conversation, everybody was just so helpful with information and stuff.
Very interactive.
Pretty much everywhere where we went. I don't think we had anybody that was really rude.
Yeah. Yeah. What else did I get? Oh, this one. You have a card for this one, right?
Main Top?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So this was Main Top Mill.
Right near
Right in
us.
Maine. And we went all the way to New York
New
to buy
York.
Maine products.
To buy local, yep.
Yep. So there's their information. And again, super, super sweet.
Yep.
Great enablers.
Oh my. Wonderful. And she learned very quickly what my catchwords were.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last one.
Yes. Yes.
And that got me.
Yeah.
Every time.
Julie suffers from FOMO so bad. So bad.
Yep.
But it's good. You got some great
Oh my goodness.
stuff as a result.
Yeah. So this is their, I'm guessing that this is the type of wool, Cherry Genesis 2019. And then I am assuming that this might be the colorway, Raven Silk. 3 ounces. It's so deep.
It's such a dark color.
Let's see. They say the Cherry Genesis collection is proof some things get better with age. It's made from fiber from the parents of the alpacas whose fiber is in our Cherry Cloud 80s top. So this is
Old wool.
yeah, this is older wool than what they have in their Cloud top. It's the same uniformity, just with a slightly higher micron that's better for heavier wear. Luxurious uniformity, ideal for everyday wear. So a little more durable.
Yep. Good sock yarn.
Yeah, so I think that will be really good. Nice deep, I mean, I would call it black, but it may just be a very, very deep brown.
Deep brown, yeah.
And then I've been wanting to get some of this fiber. I've heard about it. I've been wanting to get some and try it. It is their mainly blends, which is pearl, sea cell, and sparkle nylon. I've been wanting something with that sea cell in it.
It like almost glows.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really You know what? Let's take it out.
You want to
Let's
feel
do
it?
out.
She wants
do
to
it down here
She
because
wants
it's going to
to
be
touch
noisy.
it.
I just want you to see the glow. It is so.
But
so
while we
pretty.
were talking with them, the mill manager, Bob, I think that was who.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I can't remember what the lady's name was that we talked
know.
to. But we talked with her about our podcast and that we're going to be showing the things. And she said we should contact Bob to do like maybe an interview. Julie's freaking out. She just pulled it out of the bag. We should talk to them about maybe doing an interview for the podcast, which I think would be really, really fun about all the different fibers and, what they do. And so I had never really entertained the aspect of being roving reporters for a podcast, but why not?
Yeah.
It might be fun.
And
so.
he was all about it.
Oh, yeah. So we will probably be doing some of that in the future as well. She's sniffing. What does it smell like? It doesn't... Oh. It feels like a cloud.
It just smells good.
It smells clean.
Yeah. And I don't know if the camera will do it justice. Probably not. But there is such a glow with that.
And it's squeaky almost.
Yes.
When you squeeze it, it has like a squeaky to it.
Oh, but my gosh, I wish we had feel-o-vision. Because it's just like holding a cloud. Yeah. Oh my word. I'm so glad I took that out of the bag.
You've been dying to do it since we left New York.
I have. It's amazing. And I think it's really going to be, look at that.
Oh, wow. That's going to be fun to spin. Oh, let me try. Oh, wow. Boy, you could get a lace weight out of that, no problem.
Yeah. Cobweb.
Oh, my gosh.
That's going to be fun. Mm-hmm.
And she has a blending board.
Oh, yes. And that's what these next two are all about.
Yeah.
So.
Some of that blended. Oh.
Mm-hmm. This is a mulberry silk, and the color is cardinal. I'm sorry for the bags. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Look at that. Look at that. That's got the glow, too. Oh.
Even through the bag.
Mulberry silk. Yeah.
Really pretty.
It is. That will be fun on the blending board. And then this one is Gotland saffron and mulberry silk. So it's really kind of difficult to see. So this one's coming out too.
It's in a vacuum sealed bag.
It's in a vacuum sealed bag. So guess what this means? I broke the seal. Now I got to use it.
Now she's going to use it.
Oh, and it's in another bag. Oh my. Oh my. Well, maybe we can see it through this one. Anyway, it's a real like charcoal gray. Oh yeah. And then you can see those sparks of gold. I'm thinking that's got to be the saffron.
Little blips of gold.
And maybe some of the silk is also gold dyed. Look at that. Oh, I just can't wait to put it on the blending board.
Ugh. We'll have to post pictures of Rolags when you get them done.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that was one booth that really got me.
Yep. Yep, got her hard.
Yep. I think there were 3 of these things that were, 3 of those 4 were, this is the last one.
Yeah, yeah. And you gave me stuff about my orphans.
Yeah.
You were saying with
well, you
Fiber
took
Orphan.
like 20 skeins because they were orphans. It's like, there's 11 of those that they're the last 11. They're not true orphans.
They were in the orphan bin. I couldn't leave them alone. They had bonded with the other skeins of yarn.
Can't break up the family.
That's right. That's right. So I guess I should. Well, I won't dive into the orphans yet, because first we did wee ones. We did wee ones and Good Karma, and then we did that.
And then somewhere along the way
the double-decker building.
Yes. I don't remember what that building was called.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was the 2-level building.
Yeah, I don't remember who you bought it from either.
I have it. Oh, Ross Hill Farm.
Ross Hill Farm. Yes.
And I had to get me some Power Scour. I've heard so much about it, but I've never been able to try it. So I got me some Power Scour. And this is the one that's for real heavy duty cleaning. So if I ever get brave and get myself a fleece, I might have to use it.
But she has to have a sheep first.
Oh, I can get a fleece. I don't have
Get
to
a sheep too.
Stop enabling.
So I guess the next thing is Good Karma. So Good Karma is a local yarn place. It's Belfast. It's just down the road from us, and again, all the way to New York to buy local. But I had been to their farm over the summer with my grandbabies, and they had yarn that they were dyeing for Common Ground, and I saw this color that I just fell in love with. They had it hanging, like drying in the barn, and I had to have it. So we stopped by on Saturday, but it was like almost 5:30, so everything was like, everybody was shutting down. And I told them I was looking for 1,100 yards of worsted yarn to make a sweater with, and they had it in that color. So I'm like, save me. I'll be back tomorrow. Save me 1,100 yards, which is like 6 skeins. So they did, and then I didn't show up until late in the day
later than
because we were shopping all the other things. But so they had it saved out, but they misunderstood and thought I wanted 11 skeins. So they had it set out, and then they're like, I can't hold it anymore, and they put it back out on the rack, and all but 6 skeins sold, which is what I needed. Yeah. So this is the color. So this is Good Karma yarn. Good Karma yarn right in Belfast. And I so appreciate them setting it aside and trying to be kind. And yeah, Amy was very like, I don't know what I'm going to do if she comes back for it and I don't have it. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, it was my fault. But thank God they still had the 6. So this is the color. It's so pretty. It's got like burgundies and purples. And this, I was going to do Fern and Feather. Mm-hmm. The Fern and Feather by Jen Steingrass. Steingrass. And I'm going to do it with this because I had this in my stash, and I think those would be stunning together. And this is also a Good Karma. So those are going to be really, really, really stunning together. So I got my sweaters quantity from Good Karma, which was very exciting. And then we went to Wee Ones. Wee Ones is also, I believe, a Maine. I believe she's in Maine too.
I don't remember.
I first saw her her stitch markers at one of the events we went down Southern Maine. Either the York.
Might have been Nita Spa.
It was Nita Spa, yes. And I got actually I have them right here. I have a chocolate lab who is the love of my life, and I got these cute little chocolate lab stitch markers from her at Nita Spa. So they're on the round. So when I went and saw her in Rhinebeck, she had them on the lobster claw. So of course I had to have progress keepers in my Brady Bear. So I had to get those. And then these little suckers, I have to get these apart and give a couple to you too. These are just us.
Yeah.
It's acorns and squirrels. You're older than me, so you get the gray squirrel.
Perfect match.
I'm so mean. There's a little brown squirrel and a little gray squirrel. So we're gonna split those up, and we're gonna have some nutty nitty sister. And then she also had her mother, I think she said, makes these bags.
Yes. Yeah.
And she doesn't have like an online store or anything. She just kind of sells them with I forget her name. She sells them when she goes to her events with her stitch markers. So the squirrel nut bag, so cute. It's a drawstring and super sturdy, well constructed. I love the, you could probably even
reversible?
reverse it. Yeah, why not?
Looks like it, yeah.
Why not? Well, why would you? Why would you
Yeah,
put the
it's too
squirrels on the
cute.
inside, right?
Unless you want to keep squirrels to yourself.
Well, sometimes I like to keep my squirrels to myself. And then she had these little needle keepers as well with the little squirrels on them. So they're really well done. It's got the little plastic snaps. So I had to get a squirrel bag to go with my squirrel markers.
So yeah, you definitely cured your project bag
Another
problem.
project bag. Yeah. That was the last one, by the way. So that was Wee Ones. Did I show her? She didn't have a card because she's really smart, and all of her information is right on the card with her stitch marker. Very, very smart.
And I scored there too.
You did.
I
That's
did.
right.
Because her stitch markers are on the cards with 4 stitch markers to a card.
Yes.
And she has all the dog breeds and all that, so I wanted to get one of my little girl, Calla, and she is a Chihuahua Papillon cross. And she says, oh yes, I have Papillon stitch markers, but I'm out. And then she said, but I do it. Wait a second. I just took 2 apart. I had to take a card apart to make earrings out of 2. So I have 2 left. I could do a half. And I was like, yes, yes, please. So it helped her and it helped me. So I've got this is my little girl.
It looks just like her,
It really
too.
does.
The way she perks her ears up when she sees you coming.
The only thing missing is the big, fluffy tail. She has a long, fluffy tail. It's the only thing missing. Otherwise, it looks just like her.
Face is just like her.
Yep. I have one sitting up, and I have one laying down.
Yep. I think I love that about the markers too. Her markers, the sets that you get.
They're not all identical.
They're right. There's the Brady Bear ones I have. They're all standing up except for one is laying down, and I love it because it's dogs don't always just sit. What else? Starcroft.
Mm-hmm. Another Maine business.
Another Maine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, ridiculous.
Yep. We just got all the talent, Maine.
I love my local people. What can I say?
Yeah. That's Clementine, which that's a place in Camden that does sell their yarn.
Oh, yes.
Locally.
They sell their yarn there. But this is the maker.
Yep.
Starcroft. So this is where I got my second sweater quantity.
Yeah.
Shall I let you go first?
Sure. We couldn't be a while on yours. So this is I think it's new this year. The good thing about Starcroft is it's all Maine, local wool, and they do a lot with the island sheep. So if you've never heard about the Nash Island sheep, and I can't remember the other one, if you go to her website, we'll put the website down below. It's actually right there, starcroftfiber.com. And she's got all the information there about the island sheep. Every year they go and load them on the boat, bring them over, shear them, take them back over to the island. And they are there alone on that island.
They're wild sheep.
Wild sheep. They don't have a whole lot of grass, so when the grass is sparse, they eat seaweed. So I thought that was kind of cool. And so this new that they came out with is their flat island grays. And oh my goodness, it is such nice
Look at that
yarn.
halo on it.
It has an amazing halo. It's wild Maine island wool, 175 yards and 4 ounces. It's considered to be a light worsted, and this is the colorway light gray. I can't remember exactly how many colorways they had in the Flat Island grays. I wanted to say around 6, maybe 8 different colorways. But it looks very rustic and very hardy, like it would be scratchy, and it's not. Oh. It's so surprising when you pick it up. It's just not scratchy. Oh, very. I mean, you can squish that stuff right down. I believe it's a 2-ply. Yeah, it's a 2-ply. So there's actually a fingerless mitts pattern that I want to make that has some cabling and some beautiful stitches on it. I think that's going to just
That'll
make
be
those
nice.
stitches pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very happy that I got that.
Mm-hmm. So my Starcraft,
Just keep in mind her orphan problem.
this nonsense, mayhem and foolishness. So this is Tide. Nash Island Tide is the type of yarn. And again, it's 100% wild Maine Island wool, 175 yards, DK weight. This one is the acorn colorway. So they had this little, I liked the way their yarns were set up.
Yeah.
They had them in these little cubbies, and all the colors were, this was one color, and this cubby was a color, and this cubby was a color. And they had this one cubby that had all of these different colors. It had the acorn, it had mussel shell, that beautiful blue. It had a bunch of these beautiful greens. These are lichen. And then it had this gorgeous little number here called Bog. So pretty. And then it had, there was another acorn. There's another acorn. And, oh look, there's more lichen. And then it had this one that was Finch. It's just a little tiny bit lighter than that. So I asked what all this yarn was doing, is this reserved for somebody? Because I really liked this. This is what sparked it all. I really liked this color, and they were all kind of sitting there together, and they just
looked right together.
They look so cool. So I
This is
thought
all your primaries right there.
somebody's making a sweater, and they've got it reserved for them. She says, no, that's actually the last of those. Forget it.
That's the orphan bin.
Forget it.
She actually called it the orphan
She did.
bin.
She called it the orphan bin, and
Yeah.
forget it. I mean, I cannot leave an orphan behind. When we did Yarn Cruise, and we went to Mother of Pearl, she was having a special on sock yarn. As a matter of fact, it's this one right here.
Oops. Attacked by a zobber ball.
Death by Zauberball. News at 11. Film at 11. This little Barocco sock she had them on special. And this was the last one in the basket. And I can't stay all by himself. So we came home. Same with all of this. All of this is orphan yarn. Because I wanted another sweater. And I really wanted to knit the Sturgill
Maybe.
sweater and cowl. And it just so happens that this is enough to do it. So this is going to be my main color. And then these are going to be my contrasting colors for all the color work in that. I'm really thinking I'm more talented than I am. But all these greens, all this lichen was enough to do both the cowl and the sweater. So I've got enough to do it all with all of this. And the only exception is I may be a little short, so this here, I'm probably going to do like the main color that is in the upper portion of the sweater. I'm going to use this and then kind of change over to this lower down in the sweater. So this will be kind of hidden in the color work before you get to this, and I think I can blend it okay. So that's all the yarn I need to make the Sturgill, right? But he was left all by himself in the orphan bin. So I came home. Because you can't leave orphans behind. So now Judy is making 2 sweaters and a cowl. That's the thing. So that's my little orphan story, my Rhinebeck orphan story.
Yep.
And I think that was it for Rhinebeck. I think that was it for Rhinebeck. And then, on our way home the next day, we had, because we volunteered, we got a cute little goodie bag, and I don't have my socks. My socks were perfect. Random goodie bag that Christy had made up. I think, I don't know.
But your socks were super cute.
Yours are cute.
They are, but yours were...
Mine were buffalo plaid.
Buffalo plaid.
I totally random.
That's mine. They're super cute
Super
too.
cute. Totally random. Like she just gave random, bags to the volunteers, little goodie bags, and mine happened to have buffalo plaid.
Buffalo plaid.
Socks.
It worked out.
It was
perfectly.
awesome. And it also had a gift certificate for the Knitting Garage. So on our way home, we decided to go get the Knitting Garage. And Julie, what did you get at the Knitting Garage?
What did I get at the Knitting Garage? I got some Cascade 220 Superwash Sport. I've been needing to add just some neutral, and especially just like this off-white natural colors to my stash. So she had, an incredible deal on that. So I don't know, what did I get? 6 skeins? I cleaned her out, I think. I might have left one skein for no, I wouldn't have left one skein.
No, you didn't. Because if you hadn't taken it home, I would have.
Absolutely. Oh, I made a real mess of that one. But yeah, I think I've got 1, 2. Oh no, I got 4.
4.
So I got 4. Yeah, and so it's a Cascade 220, which is a sport. Yep. And it is superwash merino wool, 50 grams, 136 yards. And it's color number 817.
Beautiful.
Yep. Don't know what I'm doing, just increasing stash.
Absolutely. And I also got Cascade Sport. And I bought all the purple. I think I did buy all the purple. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I'm going to make another Ziggy shawl out of this for someone very special. And you might see more of that later. But yeah, this is going to be a Ziggy by Joji Locatelli in this beautiful, gorgeous purpley color. And I think I did pretty good. They're all pretty much the same dye lot. I think they were like 4, 3, 2, 1. That one's the same. Oh, there's 2 that are a different dye lot, but they're not a whole lot different. This one's a wee darker, I think.
Yeah,
but
with the lace and the design of the Ziggy, you can blend it right in.
Yeah, it'll be easily blended. Yeah, for sure. So there we go. And I think that's it. That was our Rhinebeck. I need to recover again now. A couple of places that we didn't mention because we didn't actually purchase anything from them, but we took their card because it's places that we're interested in that we may purchase from another day or another Rhinebeck or just online.
Yeah.
Oasis Farm Fiber Mill. This is again another Maine company in Otisfield, Maine. Their yarn was so soft.
Yeah, it was amazing. They had cashmeres and silks, the blends.
Beautiful colors too. I mean, every color you could ever think of, and it's just gorgeous. And because they're local, we grabbed their card because we can go.
We might go road tripping.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. And then the Merlin tree manufactures these like totally collapsible portable spinning wheels, and I thought they were really neat. We didn't really have time he was kind of busy with some other people, so we didn't have time to pick his brain or anything, but they're from Albany, Vermont, and so we do want to kind of maybe check him out too, so another road trip. And then I didn't get my yarn bowl. Because I spent all my money on sweater quantities of yarn. But I did find a maker that I really did like their yarn bowls. We were going to go back. I didn't want to carry it around the fairground with me because it was porcelain. And so or bakeware or what have you. It was going to break, basically. Yeah. I would have broken it. So we were going to go back, and then I blew my budget on sweater quantities of yarn. So there is the Polly Studios, and they had the coolest stuff.
Oh yeah,
really, really, really neat stuff.
All the cool sayings and names from Game of Thrones, Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sayings like, I knit so I don't kill people, which is totally my saying. They had big bowls, they had little bowls, they had mugs, they had the thing that you set on top of your mug to make the coffee through. Pour overs, yes. Yep. They had the plates with the big bell and the hole for the top of it. So like if you have a big cake of yarn, a beehive, thank you. Yeah. So I mean there were a lot of really stunning bowl makers there, but they were probably, I think, the most reasonably priced.
Yeah. And she was almost sold out of. She was kind of collaborating with the folks next to her that had the Kiviot fiber.
Yes.
And she was almost sold out of everything, but she takes the Kiviot fiber and puts it on the clay, and then it's kilned. And then it all burns into the clay and leaves beautiful designs. Oh,
she had bowls and she had ornaments that had it. You know what I noticed we did not mention?
Oh, Black Pearl Knits?
Black Pearl Knits, yes, thank you. I don't have their card. I don't know what I did with it. But we saw them at the Yarn Bazaar, and by the time we got around to their booth, I don't know what I did with their card. By the time we got around to their booth, they were sold out, completely wiped out. So we did take their card because I would love to have one of their bags because they're really well done from what I could see from their website, but I didn't get to touch them because they were literally gone, absolutely gone, wiped out.
Everything. I mean, they had like a few stitch markers and business cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So I'm so sad I didn't get to actually see, touch, feel, and, get to know those bags. But I will. As soon as they restock. So yeah, that was Rhinebeck.
Yep.
What a weekend.
Yes.
I think
I'm glad it's a year till the next one because it may take me that long to recover. But seriously, I will be looking forward to next year.
Yeah. Next year I will be taking an extra day off because the drive back was not bad. It was, we didn't really run into any. There was one little tiny accident that we kind of got slowed down, but we made it back in like 6.5 hours. It was not bad. Yeah. But I would definitely, we got back like 6 o'clock at night, and I would definitely take another night, another day off. I worked from home the day after, but I needed just a day to sit and knit, and I didn't get it.
And to fondle all the goodness.
Yes. I have no idea how much I've pulled this stuff out of the bags and played with it, waiting to broadcast or to record so that I could really play with it. And I would love to get started on my sweater right away, but I have holiday knitting to do. So I'm probably not going to get to my sweater.
Yeah. That's my next push.
Yeah.
Have one obligation knit to finish, and then it's going to be a push for holiday.
Yep. Holiday is my top. I just finished my one obligation knit. We're not going to do like FOs and whips and stuff because
this is long enough already.
Pretty much Rhinebeck only. We'll do that the next broadcast. But it's going to be holiday knitting for me for sure from now on. So I think that's it, Julie. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it.
We covered it, and then some for a bunch of noobs.
Yeah.
We'll do better next year, we promise. Because there will be next year.
Yes. Unless they cancel the festival for some reason,
Right.
we'll be there.
Right. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us and watching. We definitely appreciate it.
Yes, and we really appreciate you spending your time with us.
To follow us individually on social media, where can we find you, Julie?
I'm Jules Larrabee on Ravelry and Larrabee Julie on Instagram.
And I'm Nana's House 15 on Ravelry, and I'm Nana's _house 15 on Instagram. So until next time, stay nutty and keep knitting.